I have already started counting the number of days prior to the conduct of the national and local elections. Like you, I was also a first-time voter. But as we move forward and think about the elections in the coming days, I only wish to speak of one quality that a leader should possess, and if you may possibly consider. That quality has something related to do with power. It is the power to influence every single individual in this country and this society to do good, to think about what will benefit every citizen of this country. In other words, think of the common good. It is the power to exercise judgment, to exercise proper discernment for the benefit of every individual. Use that power and seize that power as you cast your votes on May 9, 2022.
Magandang araw sa inyo lahat. Ano nga ba ang hinahanap ko sa isang leader? Sa isang pangulo, pangalawang pangulo, senador at mga local officials? That is a question posed by the organizers. Maraming salamat sa pag-imbita sa akin sa palatuntunang ito. To the question, what is it that I look for in a leader? Napaisip ako, ano nga ba? Actually, hindi ko na kailangan magdalawang isip pa. For me, it is simple. I look for a leader who is a person after God's own heart. Meron ba nun? Siyempre, we look into the scriptures. God chose those who lead His people. He chose Abraham, Moses, Jacob. He raised judges. He used prophets as His instruments. Jesus in the New Testament also chose His apostles, the first leaders of the church. They aren't perfect. They weren't perfect. But they are persons after God's own heart. How would we know that? Well, personal sa akin. Siya yung isang pinuno na maka-Diyos, may takot sa Diyos, may kabutihan ang loob, at tapat sa kapwa na kanyang pinaglilingkuran. Siguro sasabihin ninyo, na-measure ba yun? How can you measure those? Aren't those abstract things? Baka sabihin ng marami o ng iilan, napaka-subjective naman. Alam niyo, ang pagiging maka-Diyos, pagkakaroon ng takot sa Diyos, ang kabutihan ng loob at katapatan ay nakikita sa gawa, sa mga proyekto na naisa sa katuparan.
Bilang isang first-time voter, napakahalaga po para sa akin na kilalanin at kilatising mabuti ang mga kumakandidato, mapa-president, vice president, senator, or mayor. Isa sa mga karakter na tinitignan ko sa magiging leader ng bansa ay may transparency. Hindi po natin maipagkakaila na ang ating bansa ay mahirap o maraming mahihirap. Kaya napakahalaga po na ang bawat buwis o pera ng bayan ay napupunta sa tama at ating nararamdaman. Ang katangian na ito ay mapatutunayan at makikita natin sa long-time track record ng mga kumakandidato. Ikalawa po ay may malinis na intensyon at tunay na para sa bayan at hindi para magpayaman. Ang katangiang ito ay makikita natin sa kung paano namumuhay ang kandidato bago pa man sila pumasok sa politika o kaya naman ay may mga magagandang nagawa habang sila ay nasa pwesto. Napaka-importante po na ang leader ay always present, lalong-lalo at napagtibay natin sa panahon ngayon na mayroon dapat leader na mabilis tumugon at umaksyon sa mga pangangailangan ng sambayanang Pilipino. Panghuli at higit sa lahat, ang gusto ko sa isang leader ay may kapangyarihan na maimpluwensyahan ang mga tao to also do good. Kasi po in reality, kahit magkaroon tayo ng malinis at hindi kurakot na leader, ngunit walang kakayanan makaimpluwensya, marami pong pagkakataon na ang mga tao ay mananatiling the same way that they are kahit sinong ilagay sa pwesto. Kaya importante that a leader can influence the people to do good and be good.
For many years, the Philippines has been trapped in the vicious cycle of corruption and poverty because of the wrong choice of leaders. We need to break this cycle, and we need to change the course of politics in this country. As they say, much is at stake in this year's election, and this year will be a turning point for us Filipinos to either win our battle for change and reform in the government or be stuck in the rotten culture of politics for the next 6 years. As a nation, the fate of the Filipinos depends so much on the quality of government leaders we will elect. While it may take one transformative leader to lead the nation on a path of prosperity and development, so does it also take one incompetent leader to put the nation to a period of struggle and hardships. Lest we forget, the government belongs to the people, and we have the power as Filipinos to choose the leaders who will help us build a better future for the Philippines. But the question is, what kind of leader must we choose? Who is the one for us? It takes a transformative leader with moral fortitude, strong political will, and with unquestionable integrity and honesty to bring back decency, trust, and confidence in the government. We need leaders who will be beacons of excellence, integrity, and accountability for all Filipinos. Let us choose a servant leader who will run for public office, not because of a vested interest and the desire to be served and to enrich himself, but rather because of the strong will to serve and to put the interests of the majority before himself and those of the few.
Ang pangarap kong leader para sa ating bansa ay yung makabayan. Isang leader na uunahin ang kapakanan ng bansa at ng mamamayan kaysa sa kanilang pansariling interes. Pangarap ko rin magkaroon ng isang leader na may integridad. Isang leader na tumutupad sa kanilang mga pangako, walang bahid ng korupsyon at hindi magnanakaw. Pangarap ko rin magkaroon ng isang leader na tunay na nagmamalasakit sa kapwa Pilipino. Isang leader na maninindigan para sa ating kapakanan, karapatan at kaligtasan. Pangarap ko rin magkaroon ng isang leader na tunay na maninindigan upang mapangalagaan ang ating kalikasan. Kaya sana, sa nalalapit na halalan, bumoto tayo ng leader na tunay na tapat sa kanilang tungkulin maglingkod sa bayan. Pumili tayo ng leader na pinipili rin tayo pabalik. Isang leader na magbibigay ng magandang kinabukasan sa ating lahat. Ang bawat boto ay mahalaga. Kaya tayong lahat, sama-sama tayong bumoto sa nalalapit na halalan.
My dream leaders for our country. I envision leaders of our country to be imbibed with the values of readiness and are equipped with a strong sense of mission, both in mind and in heart, in words and in deeds, as emphasized by Pope Francis, and I quote, "When your time comes, lead. Be leaders wherever it behooves you to be. Leaders of thought, leaders of action, leaders of joy, leaders of hope, leaders of the construction of a better world. Truly, our beloved Philippines need servant leaders who are committed to enhance the well-being of our nation and the people they serve. It should not be about a personal quest for power, prestige, or material rewards. Instead, it begins with the true motivation to serve others. Rather than controlling or wielding power, the servant leader's works and sacrifices shall focus on the mission to inspire, to be of help, or of service to all with the God-given talents."